Attenzione, iniziando il Joe and Brian Show.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Joe and Brian Show. Brian, I'm so excited. Champions League's back. I love Champions League. Serie A has been rough to watch these past few weeks. I'm just happy. I'm happy it's round 4.
Not only is Champions League back, but Liverpool's back, baby. We're back. We're back. Show a happy Salah. Yeah. Get rid of that old Salah. Throw him away. Yep, new one. Here we go. Oh, I'm back.
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on! Ah, yes!
There you go. No, I was nervous for you guys for a little bit. It was glad, though. I'm glad to see you guys winning again. It's important. We need a strong Liverpool. It makes a strong society. Now, I'm sure half of England just,
It's good for the economy.
Good for the economy, right? It's with Juve. It's like, you don't want Juve to do good, but they're in the NASDAQ 500, so you kind of got to have them do good. So
yeah, they're very important for the ecosystem.
yeah, they are like the mudfish of the sea.
Hey guys, before we get into the results for this week, I just want to explain to you guys the format of how we're doing Champions League. We're not going to be covering in depth every single game that happened this week, but we are going to touch upon a few that we care about, and then we're going to go over the score lines for all of them. So I hope you guys enjoy this week of Champions League. Starting off with Slavia Prague versus Arsenal. Arsenal win 3-0. Napoli versus Eintracht Frankfurt 0-0. Atletico Madrid versus Union Saint-Gilloise 3-1. Bodo Glimt versus Monaco 1-0 to Monaco. Juve versus Sporting, point shared, 1-1. Liverpool at the Anfield beat Real Madrid 1-0. Olympiacos versus PSV, 1-0. PSG versus Bayern Munich, 1-2 to Bayern. Tottenham Hotspur versus Copenhagen, 4-0. Pafos versus Villarreal, 1-0 to Pafos. Karabag versus Chelsea, 2-2. Ajax versus Galatasaray, 3-0 to Galatasaray. Benfica versus Bayer Leverkusen, 1-0 to Bayern. Club Brugge versus Barcelona, points are shared, 3-3. Inter versus Kairat Almaty, 2-1 Inter. Manchester City versus Borussia Dortmund, 4-1 City. Marseille versus Atalanta, 1-0 Atalanta. Newcastle versus Athletic Club, 2-0 for Newcastle.
All right, Brian, tell me about Liverpool. I didn't get to catch this game, and I need to know something about it.
Liverpool are so back. We win 1-0 against Real Madrid. Although on paper it's only 1-0, it was very, very, very convincing. Basically, Liverpool just played the ball long. They changed the press. Xavi Alonso couldn't cope, and Vinicius looked like shit. So Liverpool win 1-0, created a ton of chances. McAllister scored, and Florian Wirtz looked really good in this game. Gakpo was dropped, Florian Wirtz came in, and he played really good. So I'm just happy to see that Arne Slot has found his best 11. I feel like my life is just it's not falling apart anymore. I feel like I can just finally focus on whatever now. Everything feels like at a much slower pace.
I just wanted to say that Arsenal are the only team to not only not conceded, but they haven't lost. They're undefeated halfway through the Champions League. Yeah, Arsenal are putting in a great run in all competitions this year. They might win a trophy, you know. Brian, I think
not.
Arsenal last won a trophy before we were born. Am I wrong on that? Or at least a league.
No, okay, a league. Yeah, like 2001, 1990. I don't know. I don't even know when they won. Tragic ass fucking team.
Brian, did you catch this PSG Bayern Munich game?
I didn't, but it was one of the greatest games of this match week, and I missed it because I was busy watching the Liverpool game. But Joe, tell me more about it.
So I was personally invested in this game. Bet365. Also, we don't condone gambling on this channel.
Do not gamble.
Do not
Never
gamble.
gamble. Do not take any gambling advice from us.
Definitely don't.
But anyway, Joe, tell me about your bet.
Yeah, no, I queued up a bunch of shit. This is the only thing that didn't work out. And I took winner draw on everybody, and I just wanted a PSG draw. I've never rooted for PSG in my life, but this first times for things. Your boy Luis Diaz was the star of the show. He gets 2 goals.
Oh my god.
He gets 2
He's
goals.
doing so good.
Yeah, 2 goals and a red.
Call that a hat trick.
Yeah, so Dembele gets hurt early in the game. That part I didn't see, but I did see him go right into Hakimi, and it was a nasty tackle.
Ooh.
So 2 big
Yeah,
injuries for PSG. So that I'm sad to see. But the second half, Bayern parked the bus. They parked that shit. They put a mountain They put a mountain behind the goal. It was ridiculous. PSG were able to get one back, but they weren't able to complete the turnaround. Brian, for once, all the Italian teams went undefeated. I can't say they all won their games, Juve, for example, but Inter, Atalanta, they both got wins, which were very important, more so for Atalanta than it was for Inter. They are struggling on points, but now they've kind of found the middle of the table.
I mean, draws aren't that impressive. I mean, if anything, this Juve draw looks pretty disappointing. 1-1 against Sporting.
You know what it is?
Well, I guess
I'll tell you what it is. Spalletti hasn't had more than 2 training sessions with this team.
I totally forgot. Yep.
Yeah, he's still playing Igor Tudor's, sort of system, at least for now. I think give him a few weeks. I think we'll maybe even... I think Koopmeiners is going to be important. He's at center back again. It's interesting.
He looks good. He looks like their best player. Well, in the defense, but
yeah,
he looks really good. Joe, what you guys doing up there? Well, what's Inter up to? You guys got 2-1, but was it convincing? Like, what's up?
No, it's hard to say. So this Uzbek keeper, I'll throw a graphic of his name on there because I ain't gonna say it. But he was incredible. But not because he was like the best goalkeeper I've ever seen or anything, but he just had a very unorthodox style to him. He was very much off of his line a lot. He was like a sweeper keeper, but he had a great game. And granted, he did concede 2 goals. One of them was a bumbly effort in the box with Lautaro just getting fortunate and able to put it in. So that's great. And then Carlos Augusto took a shot from way far out, picked a corner. It was beautiful. But he had some other saves against Pio. Ultimately, it was a pretty good game from him. But Inter struggled a little bit. We conceded. That changed the game, but the boys stayed hungry and they got the goal.
2-1 win. All right. So you guys barely won again. But any dodgy calls from the refs? No? Anything crazy in that game for you?
For once, no. This was just a fair game. Nothing really rubbed me the wrong way personally. It's nice to be in Europe where there isn't blatant corruption and teams like...
Well, you know who paid the refs?
Tell me.
Madrid paid the refs. I'm okay, guys. I kind of forgot about this earlier.
They got the budget.
I'm kind of sick and tired. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. Like, they do this every week. It's Madrid. They always get the calls. Liverpool got a free kick of what should have been a penalty. It was a handball at the edge of the box. That same bullshit was called on Liverpool in the Premier League like a week ago. And all of a sudden, it's not given. They go to VAR and they're like, oh, it's a free kick. Then they go to VAR again. They're like, actually, it's not handball. So Liverpool lost the fucking free kick. I'm tired of this fucking Madrid bullshit. Joe, from the games next week, Ajax versus Benfica. Who do you think wins?
I think Benfica lose.
Galatasaray versus Union. Who you got?
Ooh, Galatasaray. I mean, Osimhen had a hat-trick this week, so if he stays healthy and on form, definitely him.
Bodo Glimt hosts Juve.
It's going to be deeper into winter. I think Juve get a draw.
Borussia Dortmund versus Villarreal.
I give it to Dortmund, but I think it's going to be a narrow win.
Chelsea versus Barcelona. Who do you got?
Ooh, this could be any of the options. I have absolutely no preference. This could be a 1-0. This could be a 4-4. This could be a 6-0. I don't know. I'll give the advantage to Barca. So Barca win or draw is the way I see it.
Okay. Chelsea versus Bayern Leverkusen.
Ooh, City. They're at home. Not that they have fans. Sorry, but
Marseille versus Newcastle United.
Ooh, Marseille just came off a loss to Atalanta. I think Newcastle are a better team at the moment than Atalanta. I'm going to give it to definitely Newcastle.
Slavia Prague hosts Athletic Club.
Ooh, I think that could be a hairy one for Athletic Club, but I think ultimately they should and probably will get 3 points.
Napoli versus Karabag, who got a point against Chelsea.
Napoli should win this game. I don't know if they will.
Yeah?
1-0, maybe.
All right. Copenhagen versus Kairat. Who do you got?
I don't know.
Could be a draw.
Doesn't matter.
Arsenal versus Bayern Munich. This could be the match of the Champions League.
0-0.
Ooh, I hate that. Athletic Madrid versus Inter.
1-1.
Okay, I see that.
Yeah.
Frankfurt versus Atalanta.
I don't know. It's Frankfurt. It could be like a 4-2. It could be a 3-1. It's going to be a higher scoring game, but I would give it to Atalanta.
Liverpool versus PSV. You already know my answer.
Sure, this should be Liverpool unless something weird happens, but you never know. It's a weird competition.
Actually, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go 3-3 Liverpool PSV.
Well, okay.
Olympiacos versus Real Madrid.
Ooh, I think it's going to be a narrow win for Real Madrid, maybe like a 2-0. Olympiacos red card, just a thought.
PSG versus Tottenham.
This is going to be a fun one. PSG are going through some injuries. This game isn't till, end of November. I would give it to PSG.
Sporting hosts Club Brugge.
Oh, I'm a big fan of Club Brugge. I think they got a good squad. Personally, 2 players I'm keeping an eye on: Tresoldi and Stankovic. Both of them look very promising. Very excited to see how they develop.
They also have Zolis, but how do you think it's going to end up?
I would actually give the advantage to Club Brugge, but by a narrow margin.
And that is Champions League for next week, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see how badly Joe did.
Thank you, everybody, for watching this week's episode of the Joe and Brian podcast. This outro only took 1 take.
Totally, for sure.
Thank you, everybody, for watching this week's episode of the Joe and Brian show. I've been Joe.
And I'm Brian.
Are we? Are we Joe and Brian?
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
You know what's worse though? If it was Brian Joe, it'd be. Is Juventus the only football team with a J in their name?
I'm Juarez. Juarez Tigres, I think.
Any others?
Oh, Japan. Japan.
No, that doesn't. We could keep this little segment.
We're not keeping any of this bullshit.